This podcast features adults using adult language. You have been warned.
Helgramite, Massachusetts, the pork-rendering capital of the civilized world. Rolling rivers give way to even more rolling hills in this humble hamlet. Only one man stands between these rolls and the floodplains of chaos. Omen Drawn, P.I., owner, operator, and chief executive of the Acquisitions Incorporated detective agency. The day dawns as it has countless times before, but on a grim occasion. The reading of Charles Winthrop Planchett's will, and the revelation that the heir apparent has found an apparent error in its execution. But never mind all that. We're here to tell a story.
That came out a lot more harsh than I wanted it. Good evening. Welcome to Acquisitions Incorporated Call of Cthulhu. I thought that was an easy one. I am your keeper, Kris Straub, and I'm thrilled to be doing this show again, along with some new faces, and at least one old one, two old ones, apparently. Great old ones, thank you. Let's bring them out as Omen Drawn, Jerry Holkins. As Thurston Carter, Ryan Hartman.
Woohoo! Yeah! Ryan Hartman, yeah! Yeah!
As Sadie Hamilton, Bridgett Jeffries. And as Ruby Rhodes, Laura Stringer. Ooh, wow. Well, there's two chairs up here.
Yeah,
There always are.
You're double chairing it. Nice.
Wow, that is spooky.
They treat you good here.
Two chairs.
Who's in the other one? Remains to say. Nobody cares. It's not interesting.
Nobody cares.
So, Omen,
Yes.
you find yourself. You find yourself?
Wow. I'm jealous.
Got it.
having ran through a number of your prior assistants,
Yes.
and interns and gophers and such.
Some literal gophers.
Right. You've now, your detective agency has been approached by a new client,
Oh boy.
one Rutherford Planchett, who insists that he was the beneficiary to his great-grandfather, Charles Winthrop Planchett's fortune, or he assumed, at least. But at the reading of the will, he received nothing and believes this to be very strange and has asked you to investigate this. Now, the reading of the will has already occurred.
Indeed. I won't be able to attend that.
No, not within the realm of this game. That's a science fiction construct. But he has offered the idea of you and your team to attend the funeral, the viewing,
I see.
because it would seem that the involved parties may appear there, and you can deal with them all in turn and get to the bottom of this so he can get his money.
We'll do some light detectiving,
Yeah, tasteful.
and hopefully there's like an hors d'oeuvre situation that we can take full advantage of.
I don't know. Was that common?
Light detective, heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Listen, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't go to a lot of funerals. I don't know if snacks are part of it. Like,
Is it a Polish funeral? Because then that means a cookie table.
oh,
Probably.
No, apologies.
God damn it.
I mean, it can be, I guess.
This funeral just keeps getting worse.
I gotta change my notes.
It's a finger sandwich funeral. I'm so sorry.
Oh gosh, receiving word from beyond.
I'll pinch this.
Oh, okay. So you begin. Let's say you've taken a taxi. You have arrived at the palatial mansion of the elder Planchet.
Indeed.
The estate of his. Oh.
Oh,
nice.
Now that's service.
Fancy.
Don't do it yourself. It's illegal.
Yeah. There we go. What a country.
It feels.
Hey, give it up for Australia.
Yeah!
That's how you do a cheap pop.
I thought Cthulhu would get a big. No, I didn't do it.
No, you just got to say where you are. I love it here in Melbourne.
Woo! So this group, have they met before? Have you all met before? Because some of us have not.
I think that I have had to staff up because, there have been. I've had to staff up because, for lack of a better term, we've recently staffed down.
You do like a top off.
Like really far down.
Yeah.
Like in hell. So I think that this might be a good construct. Maybe it's a situation where we are going to meet at the funeral. I've staffed up, and so everybody has an opportunity to cross paths.
No, agreed. Let's play it that way.
There we go. And then we'll have the natural conversation. Because if we come in as like a complete front, and then we look like we're operating the place, that might give off some weird energy. So let's do it that way.
All right, so 4 cars.
Listen, we weren't thinking about carbon credits back then.
I couldn't bear to walk. No.
Oh, interesting.
No, absolutely not.
Are you addressing the group? Or you're addressing the driver, perhaps?
I'm addressing whoever's going to listen. Which usually is everyone in the room.
Well, this room is a car, and there's this one person that's not you. It's the driver.
Then I suppose the answer's quite simple.
The driver can only make eye contact with you in the rear view mirror and just smile approvingly.
Just
like,
the tiniest
ah. It's the only response he has.
Oh.
It's very polite. You could be talking about the weather.
It's what I want, really.
He knows it's what you're looking
A
for.
smile and a nod, For the little people, it's wonderful.
He's not going to go into his deal.
In no way. I wouldn't ask.
What other methods are being used to arrive at this funeral?
Oh, public transport, of course. It's easy, it's accessible, and the bus stop is just a couple blocks down the road.
Frugal.
Frugal, absolutely. Every penny counts.
Ruby, when you see who you believe to be one of your co-employees at this detective agency stepping out of a bus, a streetcar.
Well, allow me to make something perfectly clear.
Oh, please.
I am not an employee. I have Mr. Dran on a retainer. You see, I have quite the fortune of my own. I'm a woman of means. You might be familiar with the Dinky doll. Cherubic, sits around like this.
So popular.
Yes. The Dinky doll, it's where I made my money. And you see, I've recently come into sort of this is just for the people out there, all those lovely people out there in the dark. No, I've got quite a bit. And I'd like to move away from the vulgar and get into the more vulgar,
Oh, say,
I'd like to
from the
move away
course.
from simple commerce and get into the blood and the guts and the viscera. And through a friend of ours, a New Hampshire family, very old, my friend James, Anyway, I've got Mr. Dran on what I think is quite a reasonable retainer, and in exchange for access to each and every one of his cases.
Oh.
So I'm really just here on a lark.
Just to look at a body.
I'm just here to look at a body and whatever's nearby and listen to all sorts of other things, It's research. But enough about me. Who are all you people?
Yes, you've converged.
In the car?
Yes, you all left
I
your
just crawl into
various... Hey, how are you?
I'm also here.
What about me?
Yeah.
You just get in my car. No, you think it's a cab. You get in my car.
Yeah.
No, you've exited your various means of conveyance, and you're now standing before the house, and you're now, given that you're all standing around Omen, it seems like each has business with you.
Yeah. They've
One can
converged.
only assume that this is a party of some kind. Let's hope.
Let's hope it has that energy.
Yeah, I mean, as I am approaching the mourners and the grievers that are gathered outside, and they're just like all lightly sobbing, I'm just like, and I kind of push my way through until I get to Omen.
You're yes-anding the grief?
Yeah, I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
so sad. I'm gonna miss
Me
Tom.
too.
Yeah, I keep changing his name, and then
Tom.
Ted.
and then when I get up to Omen, I kind of saddle up next to him, and I'm like,
Thurston.
I need your help, C. I don't say it like that.
That was very 1920s.
All right, then I do
Stuck
say
the
it like
landing.
that. Got a better laugh than I thought. I say it exactly like that.
And I finish every sentence with
With C. Just to drive my point home.
You speak Italian.
What? I've been known to dabble.
I'm terribly sorry. We haven't
Yeah.
been introduced. I'm Ruby Rhodes. And I give you my hand like this, and it's disgusting.
I do this, and I rub my hand up against your hand, and I don't know what
Yeah,
to do
and I
with
go,
this.
oh, well.
Like this. Like a reverse handshake.
Yeah. How charming, yes.
It's very European.
We should make
Yes.
this our thing. Like in real life.
Like IRL.
This is the most contact I've had with Ryan Hartman in my whole life. But yes, after our little moment, and I just sort of pull it back, I'm slightly chastened, so.
But I like look around conspiratorially while still in your ear,
Yeah.
and I'm like, just keeping an eye out.
Thurston, yeah, that's why we're here. You can turn it down a little. Like, you're a little greasy.
I'm just, the fuzz. They could be in here, man.
Yeah, well, then it's not going to help if you're just continuing to sweat
You
in
act like I
such a
just turn it
thorough
off.
way.
I'm as God made me.
Listen, here's what I need you to do. I need you to disperse. I need your faces to have a mask of resolute sadness. And I need you to wring these motherfuckers out. We need absolutely every piece of information we can use to get Rutherford Planchet the money he literally does not deserve, so that we can get a very, very small part of it.
percentage.
Okay. And what was that percentage exactly?
I forget, actually, we're gonna have to, when we get back to the office,
I see.
we'll look at it.
Quite.
Yeah,
No, accounting is hard.
I'll tell you this, it's a number.
It's an integer.
Yeah, so basically now we're just gonna start to float around, and I'm gonna observe the three of them as they're interacting
Oh, interesting.
to see if there's any winners in this crop.
There aren't. Spoiler alert.
This is a winner-free zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be
Zero
surprised, actually. So you enter. You are brought in by a very elderly butler or manservant of some type who does not make eye contact, and you enter kind of a garish, baroque room, a sitting room that's been converted into this funereal space. It looks as though it was, it's very austere, but has been decorated by somebody who doesn't know really what's a current popular, mode of conducting a funeral. Maybe not for a person who is liked. That's not here. There are a lot of flowers. They could be silk, a lot of dust, ferns. Who brings a fern? But they're here. They're all here. There's rows of chairs, and the casket at the very front of the room, which is open. And the only other people in this room are perhaps 3 or 4, very elderly, and just sort of muttering to one another. They don't seem particularly bereaved.
Really? Maybe
They
there's
don't
one.
seem happy, but it's just, they could be of the age that, you know, this happens a lot. You go to a lot of these.
Funerals are a dime a dozen at this point.
Yeah,
Got
the
it.
novelty is worn off.
That's so cold-blooded, Jesus. Well, things to look forward to. Okay.
Do I think that they might be responsible for the ferns in some way? Like,
I'm also interested in the ferns. I have to know who did this at all.
it's macabre.
It's macabre in a way I don't think is appropriate to the situation.
There's one elderly gentleman who, you know, amid the small talk he seems to be making with someone else, he is admiring the ferns and sort of, you know, testing the waxiness of the frond, perhaps. Just looking about and maybe the bounce of the of a leaf. Just, yeah, it's good shit.
Tensile strength of
Yeah.
Okay, that's a. I would say that's a almost a prurient interest.
I lean in, I go, that guy did that shit. We're here to solve a murder?
Yeah.
Right? That
Yeah.
guy fucking did
That's
that.
it. It's him.
That's him. Done and done. Lunch?
It's a fern operation.
Yeah.
Huge sales.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the only piece of data you can extract.
But essentially, there is a group of people who, whose behavior seems to indicate that they're not, that they exist slightly outside the circle of humanity here.
Yeah, there's not a, you know, they have the appearance of wealth, certainly.
Yes.
So this to them may represent
A duty of some
a
kind.
formality, and maybe, you know, they've already received the news whether or not they're going to get any money, and they don't seem agitated or, you know, relieved. They may leave in 10 minutes. They may go play golf or lie down in an iron lung.
It's pretty drastic extremes. They're either going to run a marathon
They'll read
or
it. You know,
die.
they have like the iron lung, and they can prop a book up. They're gonna read about golf. They're gonna at least think about that.
They have all the energy of a tired snake.
Thurston, go check out this fern guy.
All right.
Just
I
Just
get
rub up-
all
rub
in
up against him a
I
little
just
bit.
start touching the fern too.
You're both petting a fern.
Yeah. Just like, that's a good fern, huh?
He
You like that fern?
You like it a fun?
You like it, a fern?
He it takes him.
I get you, boyfriend.
It takes him a moment. It takes him a moment to register that another hand that is not his is touching the fern.
Yeah.
And he starts in a very sluggish manner, as age describes.
Yeah.
And he says, "My fern."
Yep. what a
Is he beginning
what a
to
beaut.
Sorry.
Oh, thank you. They're from my shop. One of my shops.
I lean over I turn back around and I yell, he sells ferns.
and we are all like,
This character.
yeah,
Oh, I see.
that tracks.
Get the cops.
Yeah.
Call them in. Let's get it.
Just tighten the rope.
What's happening?
Caltron.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the door breaks down.
Yeah.
No, he's yeah, he says, how did you know old Winthrop? My young boy. My young tiny boy.
We used to play, and I look around the room. I'm looking for anything. Give me some.
Photographs.
Tell me
Yeah.
what I see.
It's a most
Field hockey stick?
Yeah.
not even.
Oh no.
There's a lot of let's say there's lots of awards from businesses. There's many pictures of him standing next to who you assume are other business people.
Okay.
So maybe you did that with him. You might have stood around.
We used to play business. And I give you one of these. Killing this shit.
Even as a youth, that's where his mind was. I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry for yours as well.
Face?
Just patting each other's face. I start rubbing his face like I was rubbing the fern. Just like,
You find like a little fold on his face.
Yeah, those
Soft,
those
wet
paper
skin.
thin
Yeah.
couch-like cheeks.
it's like fuzzy old man face.
It's a
and I'm like,
Yeah, he doesn't.
you're like a little peach.
He doesn't pull away immediately because he's not fast, and also he may be used to being touched by like a doctor or someone who's going to help him.
He does pull away, but I just keep going. And I'm like,
Not so fast.
yeah.
We got a whole other cheek.
Sadie would like to just do a quick cross by the body. Now, she's
love
not going to be
this.
jumping into the coffin having a good time. but
Thank you.
With just a cursory glance of
Thank
what
you.
she can see of Winthrop here in this casket.
Yeah, extract.
Extract, yeah.
Well, can we see some rolls? Can we have a first of a roll?
Ooh, what are you gonna check out?
Yeah, what are you interested in?
That's right, because you actually have some wisdom.
Some wisdom and a medical background, too.
Okay.
Good hire.
Okay, so now, as a function of, the mechanical aspect of playing this game,
Yes.
what would the role be about, and what is this?
Oh yeah. What are you trying to? What are you trying to
Yeah,
get?
you're just taking a glance at it. You're not trying to.
Yeah, no, we're not trying to perform another autopsy or anything
Find a
of that nature.
compartment.
So more like a spot hidden just to get an idea of what we're
Oh,
looking
okay,
at,
okay,
the
okay.
coffin, what's in front of us. Yeah.
Yeah, you would see just a very old man who's a little bit too rouged up, trying to make him look a little lively.
Oh, that's so garish.
And there's nothing remarkable about the body. He's in repose, dignified.
Did I get a cause of death from you on this assignment?
Well, the truth is that this is our first opportunity to really extract information. The client himself, Rutherford Blanchett, it doesn't seem like he really has much of a handle on this situation at all. This is mostly an opportunity to wring the man out like a washcloth. If we can deliver any result of any kind, we're going to look like $1 million, or maybe $100,000, or maybe $10,000, or $5,000.
Yeah, back then $10 would have been pretty cool.
Some money.
With the commission of
Exactly. Cash.
some money.
Yes.
Yeah, as defined by a percentage of the money. As far as you've heard, like, it was natural causes. He certainly seems to be.
Yeah, we don't have a reason to suspect foul play. The whole reason we're here is about a legal matter.
Yeah, it's more about the will rather than like upon his dying.
Yeah.
He would have expected to receive at least a portion of the money, and he has been cut out completely. The contents of the will, besides that, where the money went, Rutherford is not aware. He did not tell you anything. He does not know.
Out of character.
Yes.
Is this Joker here? Is
That's a good
Rutherford?
question.
Has Rutherford?
Rutherford
shown
is
his
not
face
here yet.
Okay.
He was going to meet you here, but he is not here yet.
What a putz, this guy.
No, I think that's going to be your job,
Boy.
Ruby.
Well, no, actually, I would love to assist in your examination further. Is anyone so?
Role play, role play, role play.
And let me just say something. From a player perspective,
Yes.
I'm useless. However, from a
Character
From a
perspective.
character perspective, I've got nothing going on for me except the money and the audacity. So, I'm an incredible manipulator, and
Get
I'm
it.
very good at drawing attention. So, what I would love to do is perhaps see if anyone notices what's going on, and then obfuscate. Is anyone paying attention to what my associate is doing?
Now, this is very
Because I'd
interesting.
love to draw attention away from it.
If you want to look a little closer, perhaps.
Yes. I'd love to just stand right nearby you and touch your hand, just sort of gently touch your shoulder, and then perhaps just sort of look at you and then move away, and then I'm not sure yet what. Who's looking at us?
And then become
or me?
incandescent.
Yes. I'd like to pull focus, please. Can I roll to pull focus?
Let's see it.
Wonderful. Yep. Which one of these rocks should I throw, please?
These are the rocks.
These are the rocks?
These are the Call of Cthulhu
I
rocks.
see. These are the good rocks. So I have, the best thing I've got is psychology, at least right now. That's a 60.
That's scary.
That's high.
That's a scary skill to use here, though, too, and weird.
Well, I have nothing if not guile. Because I've also got persuade, but that's 25.
Well, you might need that later.
No one likes a 25. But yes, I have a psychology. Otherwise,
I think psychology is fair because you're just trying to get a feel for who's paying attention to you.
Yeah.
All right, so just
Take your witch rocks and throw them in there.
Which rocks? So here's the thing. I rolled a 64, and my score is 60. Okay. I think that means I fucked up.
Yeah.
I think that means I did poorly.
It's not a critical where, you go,
I'm looking. It's not a fumble. You don't like trip into the casket, right? Oh no!
Well, no, that would win, right? Like messing up making a scene means like they're ignoring you.
Technically, yes.
You're like not talking loud enough.
I'm just going. I'm trying to raise my. I tried to like bring something up and just go. Oh, Charles. I couldn't remember his name, so I was like, oh, Charles. Like there's a cough and it's bad. I like suck in some fern pollen, maybe.
Oh, yeah, you get them spores.
There's a whole spore goes in, so it's and it's one of those that goes on too long, and my eyes are watering.
You have Sadie's full attention at this point.
Yes.
She totally forgot what she was like.
No.
Is this really happening? This is amazing.
That's the failure. You're like, what is that? What could it be?
Yeah, as you cast a look around, as your eyes are watering, you see Rutherford Planchet, who is standing at the entrance to this foyer, and is just aghast. And then he shoots a look at you, Omen, like, is this how you do business? This is the crack team?
I've gotten to the point where I've closed my mouth, but I'm still doing that sort of thing and trying to swallow it, and it's not working.
I'm still touching the old man's face in the corner. Yeah. And you're just like, and you're touching a dead body, and you're coughing in the corner, and I'm like touching an old man.
So this is happening, and it's all fucked. And so I walk like straight line to him and just crank the charm.
Yeah, as you're approaching, he comes to you like...
I'm also trying to fill his field of vision.
Hello!
Yeah, you're doing this. He has like horse blinders.
I have a table that I can roll on
Oh, no.
my own. He says, what's the deal, Mr. John? You're coming up salad, no steak.
So we're in the early part of the investigation, and this team is humming like a Swiss. We've got it, and we're about to have even more of it. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, and if dogs were streetcars, we'd use bacon for bus tokens. What's the story? You're making a fool out of me.
Well, not yet. I mean,
Not yet.
You just got here.
Give it time.
yeah. I mean, the numbers are going to work out eventually. Listen. So it would be very handy for. You enjoyed that one? It would
Give yourselves a big hand.
What a great audience.
So, can you identify a few of the information targets here that we should be especially focused on, so that we can get you the money you deserve?
Yeah, Rutherford says, sure thing, Toots. I don't know. I don't have a roll for that one. But he walks into the room a little deeper and looks at the handful of people.
Yes, and I really, really want to identify how they react when he crosses the threshold. I want to see if there's like a clearly obvious reason why he's not in there.
Yeah, if you're paying attention to this, there's some hesitance to be seen, as though, you know, there would probably be an awareness that he may have caused a scene at the actual reading of the will, and he doesn't want to incur the same thing.
Right.
So he does step gingerly forward into the room and sort of edges around, see if he can see the side of this person's face over here.
Yeah.
His eyes skate over the open casket.
Yeah.
And if he was hoping to go unnoticed, he has now failed because he yelps like a dog.
He
And-
shrieks.
And staggers backward into you.
Yeah, I'm right there for him. Like someone he pays to be there.
Worth every penny.
Yeah, just
He says.
I bolster him.
He says, "That's not him. That's not him.
But who's not who?
In the casket, that's not him. That's not my great-grandfather."
Then why are all these people acting as, I've seen people go up to the casket. I've seen people mourn this stranger corpse.
I must be losing it.
Hey,
It looks like him, but that's
Here, I say, Rutherford, you said there were pictures and photographs and things around, right? I say, point to your grandfather.
he's not taking his eye off of the coffin, but he does walk over to.
Just point to a picture.
Yeah, he grabs one of these framed pictures off of the sideboard, and points to his great-grandfather there, standing with somebody else. And to your eye, this is the same person. A little younger in the picture, maybe, but it's the same person.
Are we overhearing this? Are we aware of this conversation?
You've
this
now heard
interaction?
him
Yeah.
start and talk to Omen in confidence.
You've heard, yeah, exactly. You've heard him yelp, and I'm not trying to hide this conversation from them. I mean, he belongs here. Now that he's here, we're all legitimized, so
Yeah.
it's fine. But you're saying that he is convinced that this is not the body, but he's pointing at a person who looks correct, and I can look in this case and see that to my eye it's the same person.
Yes, and some of the other people have noticed this small scene, and they're kind of looking disgustedly at Rutherford, like, here we go again with some other nonsense, I suppose.
Okay.
And they're starting to exit the room. But yeah, Rutherford says to you, "I don't know what that is."
Would you mind if I just very briefly just did a quick evaluation?
I say, Rutherford, she's a friend.
What are you doing, damn? You're looking at me like the back end of a butter knife. Forgive.
No, my apologies. It's, if I could just for a brief moment, if I could, and then she's just gonna violate all boundaries and just kind of like move in on him, like take his wrist, and she's just gonna, if I could roll maybe a first aid just to see if it's apparent that his pupils are dilated or his hands
yeah.
more
I
clammy, is
see.
he
He might be on
under the
goofballs.
influence or something? Yeah.
Very, very non-occult examination. Yeah, absolutely.
We're looking for the right number.
What do we got?
This is a 61 under 70. It's not sexy, but it's a success.
Listen,
Yeah.
that is still inside the thing.
That is still inside the bracket of success.
Yeah, his heart rate is elevated.
Okay.
And he's breathing heavy, but there's nothing wrong with him. You don't see him. It doesn't seem like he's under the influence of anything. He's still conversant. He's other than glancing at the casket as though it's a stranger or a strange thing.
Okay.
He seems fine.
So she's gonna mouth to you. He's like,
That's a very strange. Why would you borrow this kind of trouble?
If I may, Mr. Blanchett, are there any distinguishing marks that your great-grandfather would have had, perhaps? Or
Maybe a scar from an injury when he was young.
Yes, perhaps. Or is there any sort of, shall we say, birthmarks or the like? Or is there anything in particular that strikes you as unnatural?
So good.
I'm sorry.
He says he's saying I don't know how to explain this. It looks like him, but it's not him. You can look for yourself, but it's him in the picture. That's not.
It wouldn't be the makeup or anything, would it?
I mean, it is fairly garish. I can't believe they put that much rouge on it.
But maybe that's why.
Strip him naked.
Is that better?
If you love your grandfather, strip that body nude here in front of us all.
Now describe
For God and everyone.
Describe your great-grandfather's penis, please. In detail.
In exact detail.
In
Here's a
exacting
sketchbook.
detail.
Draw it.
I need you to
He
provide me.
diligently goes to work.
My God.
Draw me like one of your old man's penises.
How did we get here?
I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah, I think I can keep this game in a scary place. I had thought
I'm
earlier.
scared.
Wait till you see this drawing.
No, but I mean, I wonder if that is part of why it's like garishly, crazily made up.
Ooh, may I ask
Of
a
course,
question?
of course.
Dinky dolls are, of course, made of bisque, which is a kind of, and now in celluloid as well. When I'm looking at the body, does it at all bear resemblance to them figurines, what I have exhaustively
Oh,
approved?
very good, very good. So you're looking at the body now, are you?
I sure
And
am.
you're trying to determine if it's some kind of simulacrum?
I want to see if I notice seams, or perhaps a particular type of tooth, or a glaze.
So you're doing a good close examination on this body.
I'd like to look at it.
Upon immediate, the first glance that you take, the second glance now at the body, that is not the great-grandfather. That is not the elder Planchet. It is you at an advanced age.
Oh. Ooh.
In the coffin beside you are draped and staggered, cheap, dinky memorabilia, your only contribution to the arts. And the whole thing just reeks of plastic and rubber and lead paint, and it's garbage.
And the labels are slightly askew.
Oh, no.
And yeah, the print of the eyes are like,
They're just, yes,
Misaligned.
hand painted, but it's like, blah, blah, and you go. It's extremely,
let's roll some sanity loss.
all right. And this is the same two rocks.
Oh, no.
No.
This is
But I'm
even
saying,
weirder.
it's still the same
Oh,
two
you only
rocks.
have them. Yeah, I'll do it for you then.
Oh, you'll do it for me. Well, another man's taken hold of my sanity, not the first time.
You'll lose 5. You're gonna lose 5.
I'm gonna lose 5 sanity. Where do I adjust that?
Oh, here it is.
Oh, yes. Well, I started at 90.
Oh, jeez. You lose 10.
Almost it.
You do a double take and you go, "Buh," and you lose another 10. No.
Don't tell your keeper anything. So, how many goddamn points am I losing, please?
I think it's 5.
I'll
right?
let you have 5. It's
Yeah.
fine. You've seen yourself dead before.
There was that one summer in the Riviera.
Yeah. Now, how do you respond, like outwardly, at this site?
I think the first thing that happens is my stomach drops for sure, and then I'm looking at it and I sort of like go, like I'm the sort of person who stands unbearably straight and tall, and I curl a little, and I pull back and I brace, and so from behind all you're seeing are these weird. I have a weird frame in general. It's written on my on my character sheet. No.
Weird
but-
frame, certain bonuses. And,
Yes. No, I'm one of those odd angular looking people. In any event, you see
So
these
you're like holding on to, like, you're supporting yourself on like one of the brass handles?
on the brass handle of the casket. You see the knuckles whiten.
What a cool image.
And
That
then,
is a great image.
and then just slowly let go. And then you see me uncurl and stand and turn around and say, well, that is something. And then I'm going to, I do the thing that elegant people do, which is when you want to guide, you go like this, and when you have something to share, you go like this. I go like this to Omen, and I start to grasp tighter, a little too tight, tighter than I know I'm doing. And I say, I think you should perhaps take a second look at it yourself.
Yes, absolutely. And so what I try to do in this case is I put my own hand in a comforting way onto here so as to, like, from an external perspective, from an observer's perspective, to soften what is clearly a real moment of tension. A few pats, you know, like you would receive from an old friend.
And I realize, and I pull my hand away and just sort of...
Yeah, amid these pats, Sadie and Thurston, what's you're observing this traumatic scene.
Well, first and foremost, since we're apparently all playing touch the body, she's going to make sure those doors are locked. Because you said that the rest of the guests had moved out, right?
At this moment, there's no more in this room.
Okay.
Even face touchy guy? Fern boy?
Oh,
No,
where's my friend?
He's still here.
Yeah.
He's still in here. He's just getting one last little grab, and
Me and him.
he's on his way out.
Fernando.
One last
That's his
hug.
name.
Yeah.
Fernando.
Fernando.
Fernando Fern grab.
Fernando Fern grab.
Yeah. I'm gonna use him later.
Yeah, write that
I'm gonna
down.
put him on the mantle.
That's gold.
We will make sure Fernando Fern
Chekhov's,
grab is escorted
Chekhov's
out.
Fernando.
And we'll lock the door.
But my friend. Yeah. Okay. So that's very smart. And Thurston, you sad to see your friend, but
I would be near Rutherford.
okay. Yeah. I mean, Rutherford is probably now bracing himself against you and Thurston because he sees this fear reaction and he feels like increasingly justified.
Yeah, what the hell is he seeing in there?
Are you asking me this in character?
No, this is just OO. This
No,
is just...
see. Yeah. No money. That's what he's seeing. It's himself and not a cent. It's a plain pine box.
It's just a giant wallet and a moth.
A single white moth. Yeah. The words, no more money.
Oh.
So you're gonna dig around?
And she's locking the door. I'm so sorry. What?
Yeah. So you're gonna really look this thing over. If most of the people are gone, I think you should turn your skills on whatever this is.
Okay. So she will go versus the cursory glance over the body in a coffin. Apparently, we're just digging in.
We want the deep scan.
We're diving in right
Yeah.
now. You set me up on this bullshit, just so you know,
No,
I love you for it.
No, I just listen. You have a
you're for it.
useful skill.
Yeah. You have the medical skills.
Use that skill.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
If anybody should do this, it's you.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Okay, that's pretty good. You are prepared to really get in, like start looking through pockets. On
Yeah.
this
She'll
old,
even glove up.
This old guy.
Get a stethoscope.
And as you reach for through the garments to begin to look, this is not the old man. This is the body of your sister.
Oh, God.
This is your. Do you remember what happened to Claudine?
No, she's missing. So she could. This isn't. And she's trying to reconcile seeing Claudine in this casket while simultaneously going in the opposite direction. And her sanity is like, no, this isn't possible. This isn't her. She's missing, but she's not here. And she's starting to stammer and she's starting to shake and she's like, no, this isn't her.
She's here, and her hands are claws, like in rigor mortis. And on the underside of the casket lid, you can see where she was trying to escape.
Okay, so this reaction is like visceral.
For sure, visceral. She's audibly arguing with what she can't be seen. Like, no, this is impossible. There's no way she can't be here. The old white guy was here 5 minutes ago. Why is she here? And these claw marks, so she's audibly going through all of this.
Please continue.
I was going to say you lose 11%.
Fuck me.
I strong arm
Oh, God.
Rutherford out of here. Like, I am pushing Rutherford out of this room and, like, ready to physically fight him. Like, push him down the front stairs.
Oh, you don't...
And, like, kick him out into the street. Because it's one thing, I thought this was easy money. But no, it's the same shit that happens every time I get a job.
Can I go to one funeral?
No, exactly. Without it being some kind of satanic pinata. No. Now I'm mad because if he had told me this, then I would have been ready, and I would have brought different people.
I mean,
this is the wrong
shade. I mean,
No.
Do you follow?
Like actually mad.
No, you
Like I'm ready to fist fight him out here, and now I just want him to tell me all the real information.
You have, I mean, if you're pushing him away, like you have no trouble. He wants to leave.
Perfect.
And he's stammering too. He's saying, I don't know who would have done this, how they would have done it, but that's not him. That's why anything happened. That's why.
Okay, listen to me. Hey.
My detectives laughed.
Listen to me. What is your actual family business? I don't think it's ferns.
It's like that's the old guy.
You're right.
No, he says.
I say no. I want you to be very clear with me, very frank, even if it's difficult for you right now. Would you say that occurrences such as this follow your family around?
He says, no.
Have you ever seen anything of this nature? Anything strange, anything polymorphic, anything spectral? Oh boy.
So you're looking at me like I'm 3 cents shy of a 2-bit haircut. Nothing like this has ever happened before. And my great-grandfather, our family, they're investors. That's it. He made his money from mining, and now he's he just this all should have been mine.
What's the name of the mine?
Blanchett Mine.
Blanchett Quarry.
Yeah, it would be very like,
Minerals.
There'd be a lot of
Pelgramite.
like holdings and transport.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Exactly.
Such.
Is Rutherford's car out here?
Yeah, it would still be.
What
He
type
did
of
do
car
the
is it? What kind of storage does it have in the back?
Oh, I mean, he has a modest vehicle, certainly not an ostentatious one, but it has a little boot in the back. It might be enough for a couple of picnic baskets in a row. Not enough for a corpse.
How many picnic baskets tall?
I'm gonna say like 3.9 cubic picnic baskets.
Picnic
The storage
It's like fitting.
on this particular model.
Okay. Now that these two have seen it, I have to see it.
You do have to see
I
it.
say, don't fucking go anywhere. And I go back inside.
Yeah, he doesn't. You can see he slumps and he just sits down in a chair that's right outside. Rolling these dice. So
I walk like straight up, like straight from the door, directly to the casket, and just put my hands on the sides and look in.
You see the body of Charles Winthrop Planchet with a little bit of garish makeup on him. And as you look, the body, it still looks like that, but your eyes are sort of dancing off of it.
Like it's bending the
it's
gaze.
If you look at it, that's obviously him. But if you stare at it, that's not him. It looks like him.
Okay.
What
So it's some kind of glamour.
What you are seeing is in this brief moment when this reveal occurs, it appears to be an intimation of a person that has been rendered in awful in parts, and it has pale bloodshot skin, almost like the sclera of the eye.
Okay.
And there are no discernible arms.
But there is skin. For a second, I thought this was like a meat man, just like a loose ground beef man.
No.
Like
There's more structure to it than that.
More sausage.
Man, but sausage.
Yeah.
It's like a magic eye.
And
Puzzle. It's like a dolphin in a sailboat
And
a meat
a
man.
meat
And
man.
meat
And a meat man.
In a gentle.
We've all done these at the mall.
In sort of a
Yeah,
raspberry.
if you open
cooling-
this part of the casket, there's cheeses and honeycomb.
Charcuterie.
And some kale for color.
It is catered.
It
We
is
brought a charcuterie.
Okay, so they have manufactured using some eldritch mechanism a golem, like a meat golem creature, and they've ensorcelled it to look like this man. But sometimes people look at it and they see really, really terrible things, and it seems like it's connected to something personal. I don't see that. I see the thing itself, and I also have some concept of this visual trick that they've placed on it. Okay, so we don't actually need to take it. But the reason I was thinking about the boot was because I didn't know what it was. If it was some kind of a creature, like, I don't want to have this in my house.
I thought you were going to put Rutherford in the fucking trunk of his own car.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
no,
I thought you were going to put him in the trunk of his own car and drive him away somewhere. I thought that's what we were doing
I mean, I
today.
like that too.
Yeah.
You know, just wipe out the whole line.
The bloodline ends
Okay.
here.
Okay.
We did it.
So now we need to figure out the missing parts of this. So I storm back out the front to talk to Rutherford, and I say, where was the body laid? Like, where was it taken? Because it's clearly been traded.
Yeah, he says that it would have been at the morgue.
Someone else has it.
Yeah. He says that's not. You saw it too.
You are not crazy.
This is not his body.
Yes.
It's his.
Someone is manipulating you and manipulating your family, and they are doing it with mechanisms that human beings should not trifle with. You are not crazy.
It gives him so little comfort. Like, he tries to take.
It's all I
comfort.
can do. It's all I can do, though.
Tries.
I say, we do not know where the body actually is, but someone doesn't want us to have it for some reason, and we need to find it.
He says, it's a family plot. We have one in Helgramite Cemetery. Maybe he's there. Maybe they're going to bury whatever that is. You should go check it out.
Do you have access? Do you have access to this? Do you have access to this cemetery day and night?
Yeah.
Can you put in a word for us with the keeper of that place?
Oh, to let you in? He says, interesting. Because I'm curious, like, would they bother to lock it up during a burial. I'm not sure that they would, you know. It's really, I mean, if you bring a whole crew and you're like, what you guys doing? That might be an issue.
Well, that's what I was going to do.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
You could go with the body. I mean, we're at the
Yeah.
viewing, wait an
Yeah.
hour, and then you just go with it. They're going to put it in the ground.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. So, yeah, if you wish to do that, then maybe I'll ask for the scene change to the cemetery,
Hey, that works.
if we could have that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean this up here?
Yeah, that too, yeah. It's an inelegant way to do it. But,
Absolutely. Here, no, Miss Hamilton, you had something that you wanted to say.
oh, yes.
No, I was just, what did you see?
I'd rather not talk about it.
I'd rather you did. What did you see?
That's actually really good.
I saw myself. I saw myself with. Never mind. What did you see?
My sister, my older sister.
When did she pass?
She didn't pass. She's just been missing for a handful of years. But it doesn't. What was most disarming was it looked like she was trying to claw herself out. You didn't look. You have to see.
Oh.
Let's go look.
Mr. Carter, you were looking at
Hey.
Mr. Carter,
whoa, whoa, come
Look
on.
in the box.
Mr. Dran.
Well, I don't want to look in the box.
Mr. Dran,
look
I
in the
will
box.
I will not be subjected to this sort of treatment if it's not distributed equally. Mr. Carter,
Look in the
you
box.
will look
Just a,
at whatever that thing is.
None of this seems fair.
just a quick little peek. Here, you know, honestly, I think that it would be very interesting to have the input of a professional magician as regards this peculiar illusion.
After all, if it is an illusion, I'd certainly like to know how it was done.
There may be a pulley or a mirror of some kind.
All right, I begrudgingly, like squinting.
As a professional.
As a professional, yes. Yeah.
You look like you got
Like,
one eye closed.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't work if it's not both eyes. I've seen these sorts of things
didn't see
before.
it.
Yeah, there's a mirror in there.
You see, again, for a moment, the body of the elder Planchet, but it's not.
And I go, whew.
Yeah.
Made it.
What?
Made it.
No, you see the body of your assistant, your magician's assistant, and she has been sawed roughly in half,
Ugh.
and
No.
in blood on the underside of the casket lid, it says, "I did it."
I betray nothing. I go, it's just a dead man, and I don't freak out, and I keep it together.
You take 6 sanity
And it
loss.
takes
I
6
would
sanity.
like, may I
Uh,
roll
you-
to see if I detect it? I'm not going to let
Sure.
anyone know I clocked it, but I want to clock it.
Absolutely.
What would this be? Would this be psychology? Because that's a pretty good one.
And
But
Rutherford
I
was
did
saying
do-
to you also, like, but you saw a man, but it's not him, right? It wasn't him.
I'm gonna do psych.
It's,
Yes.
no, it's fine. He looks fine to me.
I
Oh,
got
sorry.
it. 57 on a 60.
Bravo, baby.
Okay. You.
I am a natural performer. I am a stage magician. All my stats are pretty much for performance and charm and
Ooh.
sleight of hand.
So you use psychology.
Yes.
You have a 60 and you beat it, right?
Uh-huh.
What would you use to
I mean,
ward off this
I like
assault?
that this is an opposed clocking roll.
yeah.
I'm into this. This is a good
Yeah, I don't know.
system. This system's pretty
Fast
good.
talk? Fast
She
talk's-
starts to look at
Fast
you and
talk's
she's like,
trying to like,
don't
Fast
kid
talk
it,
or
kid.
persuade?
or persuade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
persuade.
one's better?
Yeah, probably persuade, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, my persuade's not that high. All right. We'll go for it. I'm trying to.
Yeah, you're trying to like
Betray
steal.
nothing, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you do these two?
Yeah, there
Well,
you go.
Yeah, use your gold ones.
Yeah. Don't touch another man's
right.
dice. Are you
Hand them
kidding
to
me?
It's done.
Okay, that's a 7%.
Damn.
Yeah. So,
There's nothing.
ice cold.
Just ice.
Ice cold. You're like, this guy's
Yeah.
awesome.
I keep staring and I'm
You
just,
think he's awesome. That's low enough roll.
That is-
I get to DM for a minute.
ruling.
Yeah.
I'm awesome.
Ruling.
You-
Counsel?
You're like, I know he didn't see what he said, but damn, he's good.
He's pretty awesome.
Wait a minute. At this point, I'm like, that's kind of hot. I'm like, all right.
There's something there.
Yeah, I'm like a little uncomfortable with it. It's great.
Okay, then, as you waiting, fast forward to, you determine the time of the burial when
Yes.
that goes down, and you agree to meet at the cemetery.
With Rutherford.
Yes, with
Yes.
Rutherford. He also is in tow, and he's made sure that at least the groundskeeper is not going to come and give you trouble.
Yeah. It's just
yeah.
it's nice to have that dealt with ahead of time.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you walk to where the plot is, not too close to it because it has yet to occur.
Yes.
But there is an open grave, and all the preparations have been made to lower the coffin inside. And Rutherford is confused because the coffin, like it's not visible, at least from this angle. And he says, did we miss it? Like what? Did they do it already? Where did they put it? It has to be in here, but is it in there? He advances. There's no one else around. There's a dim light in the groundskeeper's little cabin.
He's
far
staying
off.
over there because he's been asked to stay over there.
Yeah.
We may have to bug him anyway, I guess.
Right. Rutherford bravely approaches the rim of this grave and staggers back because he says it is there. The casket is there. He says they didn't finish. Where's the
other
where's the guy with the shovels? I think it's the same casket though. It looks identical.
This is great.
This is terrible.
Yeah, they pre-buried a body?
Well, I'm not
It seems
going
like
there.
the coffin is like it's there's already one in there.
All right, it's in the...
It's in the ground.
Okay.
It just isn't.
It just
isn't
isn't
covered up.
Covered,
Yeah.
okay.
There's a light there. Come with me. Maybe we can ask the groundskeeper what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, he may have the information we need.
Okay. Yeah, you approach the groundskeeper's cabin, his little workshop, and you peer in the window, and there is no one inside. He is not there.
Oh, he just left. There's
Yeah.
just a light in there.
Bang on the
burning.
door.
The light answers the door.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm sleeping.
How big is this shack? Okay.
Well,
I pick the lock.
It's one room and a.
Is it locked?
No, it is not locked.
All right.
It's
Well,
just
then it was
open.
a successful lock picking.
Critical success, bravo.
You picked it yesterday.
Jesus Christ.
You're on a roll.
Can't lose.
Pre-picked.
Thurston Carter can't lose. All right. I go. Good. Eh?
Oh. Yeah.
Ta-da.
Yeah, inside, I mean, it's not much more than a shed. There's some equipment, but you assume is for like crowbar, material like that.
I don't know, grab the crowbar.
A number
Yeah,
of shovels.
we're gonna want that.
Yeah,
okay,
I grabbed the couple.
Okay.
The crowbar.
Grab the crowbar. Okay.
Hello? Hello?
No, the echo does not return to you in this damp graveyard.
Stop making noise
Everything
once
is
we get to breaking and entering.
Is there a book or ledger
Yes.
in this room?
Yeah.
I would like to flip open to beginning the last couple days up until now, just to see if I can see an entry in there that doesn't really jibe with the viewing that we saw in terms of the scheduling.
Yeah, so you flip through. It's a simple matter to see. I mean, there haven't been very much activity
Yeah.
in the past couple of days, but there is.
It's not really a boom business.
Yeah, no disasters recently. And yeah, there's an entry, the most recent one for Blanchett. And the ink is wet. You can tell that this is not fully dried. So the intent is here to have done the service, to have done this work.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna grab a grip of these tools and take them out to this hole, right?
Yeah.
Should we clear the house before we go, just in case?
Yeah.
Clear it of what?
Well, like going room to room and just making sure that he's not here.
Oh, this is very shed. I mean, it's a single
just
room.
this.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's
Okay.
really
Yeah.
nothing going on.
I was thinking it was like a hermitage or something.
Yeah, like
Gotcha. I had
No,
like,
not
literally
quite,
like
not quite. I was
groundskeeper
saying
cabinet in my
cabinet,
head.
but yeah.
It's just a hovel.
It's not a cabinet,
Yeah.
cabinet.
Yeah.
For those graveyard
It's
shifts.
a cabinet. Yeah, but absolutely. Let's get a grip of these tools and head out to this hole. Unfortunately, because that's what's happening.
Okay, yeah, you approach the grave. The lid is shut.
Yeah, I mean,
Anybody?
I hand you the crowbar.
Yeah.
I go,
I'm ready.
yeah, get him, chief.
It's all the way in there, all the way 6 feet down, right?
Yeah.
You said it's not to the side. So, whoop, there goes the monitor. But if they've just recently laid it in there, there should be rope, perhaps, underneath?
Yes.
Towing
yes.
mechanisms?
Yes, there is, yes.
I'd like to pick one up and look at the gentleman. Sexistly.
Omen is actually like freakishly strong for some reason. I don't know what he's
Well, good,
doing.
he'll need it.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing when we're not playing, but
Yeah.
Yeah, is it?
he's getting cut.
It's a strength check.
Yeah, I mean,
If we're gonna
my guess
exhume
is
a
that,
body?
my guess is that
like-
these ropes are available to us to
Oh, it's a
try
hoist.
to exhume this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
I mean,
it
it would make it easier
Yeah.
if you all pull. That's true.
Like,
So yeah, it would be.
these things are heavy.
Yes, they are. And you're
More
a
than
big,
two
strong,
pallbearers usually.
And you're a
Well,
big, strong man, aren't you?
To be clear,
Yeah,
it's
strong as
not
4
just
people.
it's not just like 2 ropes underneath there. There is also a winch. So
Okay.
it's a matter of.
Listen, no, here, no, but this is actually way better. It's dark. No, so for a while, let's say that I'm like, all right, no, you need to get this side of the rope, and I'm gonna get this rope, and we're gonna, and there's like 2 ropes, and I'm like, all right, no, we're gonna
And I
have to
say-
pull hard.
I clear my throat. Mr. Carter, I think you would be able to identify what this is. And I'm like knocking on the, like I knock, or wrap my knuckle on the pulley system
Yeah,
on
yeah,
a
yeah.
winch.
I think it's
Yeah.
funnier if we were pulling it and one of you two just start cranking
Just,
it.
oh, yeah.
We're doing
This
it!
is it.
Holy shit!
I was gonna say, it could be that I say that,
Yeah.
you simply do not hear,
Yeah.
and then we just like let you struggle a minute, and then so you just like goes for it.
Right, that's it.
Thank you.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
This is easier than I thought.
Use your whole
Why
back.
are there like 6 pallbearers?
Yeah.
We're
What are they, babies?
we're
You can
really
carry like 3 of these things.
Excellent work, Sadie.
that was incredible.
Bravo, gentlemen.
Hey, thank you.
Excellent.
Well
yes.
done.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, well done. Yes.
Yeah. If you guys need a couch
I
moved
feel
or something,
so sick.
just let me know. Move with one
Yeah,
hand.
dead weight was a myth. They get lighter.
They do. And a lot of it's because there's a lot of water.
Yeah, it's the. It's
Have you ever tried to shovel slush?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. Shovel snow, shovel slush. It's a totally different game, but
I don't speak Swedish, Mr. Dran, but I understand it's your first language, perhaps? I'm not sure where that name comes from, but I would think it was somewhere Nordic.
hang on, I have to see a casket about a body. And I take the crowbar and pop the top.
Within, there's a strange a noise of almost exhalation.
Nope.
Oh, God. We broke the freshness seal.
I am also not looking, by the way.
Nope.
A ghost just
You do not have to look. You're not obligated to.
After the last, I'm 0 for 1 in caskets I've looked into today. I'm not trying to. At best, this will be something cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm 50-50. Like,
You're willing to take that risk?
yeah.
What if it's the missing money?
What if it's like, yeah, what if it's like a kitten? That'd be cool. All right, you got me. I look.
Yeah. Anyone who's looking now, you now see this this form, this assembled.
Well, yeah,
thing.
this parody of a person.
Say you again.
Yeah, and the chest is rising and falling raggedly, and the what passes for a head, much too small, on it turns in your direction, Omen. And you see that it's stirring and it's beginning to
Sadie, crank it.
pull its legs out from under the other half of the casket, and it is starting to stagger to its
No, I pound with the crowbar on the top of the casket, and I say, Sadie, crank it back down.
Are you frozen?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
gonna have to say with a moment like that
Yeah.
she's present and then she immediately clocks out. Just
Yeah. And so I'm just gonna get fed up and go, oh, for God's sake, and just push you like try to get you to do something.
is there a lever where I can just like snap it and release it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You fumble for a moment with it, but you trigger that thing.
Those quick funerals.
Yeah.
When you're on the, hey, come on.
When you're on a time budget,
yeah,
you
hit
need
the
to
ground.
clink, clink,
Time is money. You know
in
what I
and
mean?
around in 5 seconds or less.
There's an automatic. Da, 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 da.
Ah, boom.
Yeah, it's the same dirge, but fast and fun. It's a fresh take on funerals.
You're back home in minutes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just cry real fast.
The coffin drops, and sorry, the coffin does fall down. I don't know. I think you should leave.
Coffin flop.
Yeah. The coffin it falls, and the lid smashes down on some part of the creature, and you hear a squeal, and then a sustained note, a very high-pitched note from there, like a
Keen?
a keen, a wheezing, erratic
It's hurting.
sound.
It's sad.
And
Sorry.
and in the distance you see what look like two more of them
What?
loping towards
It's a
the
con?
group.
Oh dear.
No, it's a Jurassic Park thing.
I hate SantaCon.
Clever girl.
God damn it.
A visual. May we see the creature, please?
Show us
May
the
we
creature.
observe the creature,
Show
please?
us the creature. Show us the
Meat,
creature.
man,
Show-
meat,
man,
man,
meat,
meat,
man,
man.
meat.
I think that there is a creature.
I think that there is a creature.
I believe.
Yeah.
You all
put
have
up
to
a picture
clap.
of
It
Well-
might be there at some point today.
Sure.
That's okay.
Creature, creature, creature.
Classic cry.
Creature, creature, creature.
I'm no fair weather fan. I love creatures.
Is there no creature?
All right.
Well, maybe we'll see. it.
I think we did our best. I mean,
Describe the
we said
creature.
creature about 5 times. And
Yeah.
then
Mark, we were asking for the picture of the creature. If there is
Yeah.
one.
There was, yeah, this isn't just all fun games up here. These are real cues that are coming out in order to create an atmosphere of dread, carefully cultivated, now a shambles.
Let us describe to you the conceit of this show.
well, here.
You did lose sanity for having observed it. They didn't because they didn't get to see it yet.
You're safe now. Congratulations.
You dropped 7.
Okay.
You dropped 7. What?
God.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Don't be
Sadie,
mean.
You lose 12.
Okay, so that.
And 5 for you.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good. Pretty low
Sadie's
stakes.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
iced.
Yeah, they are approaching and they are returning the
keen?
The keen.
Oh, they're answering its cry?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And they are not loping. The peculiar thing is that they are not loping toward them like in an animal way. This is the movement of people. They
Well, they're running.
They have no discernible arms, or there is some sort of like disfigured, almost as if they weren't done being made. But the legs are formed. They are like a what do you call them? Digitigrade.
Oh.
They
got
are not
that
exactly human legs.
They've got the horse/emu
It's
situation.
like the back leg of a dog.
Oh, when
Yeah.
The
bends the
back-
wrong way.
Backwards knee.
These are weird, like not complete limbs that have an extra joint
Yeah.
which sucks.
They don't
We hate
seem
this.
super functional. Yeah. And they're running toward you.
So cassowary
Running.
legs.
Okay.
Yeah, they're running towards you.
Okay, so
As they
we
run away.
are going to go.
Yeah.
But it seems like Sadie got hit harder than others.
Yeah, in having triggered this the latch, so that this one is no longer an issue, at least for the time being. Yeah, maybe you've staggered backward and fallen. And
Yeah.
not in the same state as the other three.
Michigan.
You're running. What are you doing?
I'm getting Sadie up.
Okay. I have an idea. You're getting her up. Are you successful? Do we have to do something for this? Because I have the highest sanity here at this point, I think. 80, yeah?
Sin.
I'm taking hits.
No, that's
so,
not
yeah.
it.
I'm getting
Not the
slapped
right
around
picture,
pretty hard.
but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Just because you're sane doesn't mean you're smart. I'm gonna take my 22 short semi-automatic out of my purse. And I'm gonna aim it at the creatures.
What?
I'm here to escalate the situation.
Wait, say what weapon it is again?
22. Short
pistol.
semi-automatic.
Oh, okay.
wow.
Semi-automatic pistol, though. Okay.
It's not fully automatic.
I was gonna say like
Somebody-
just an Uzi.
It's the real 20s shit. It just cuts a Thompson out of the purse,
My
improbably.
God. The secret is I'm Mary Poppins. I've been Mary Poppins this whole time.
Oh, they're just lying around.
A
on
parrot
the-
comes
on the
out,
floor.
well, crikey, you stole that one again.
Yeah, let's see. Combat is another one that I'm not great at determining. Hadn't prepared.
I mean, frankly, none of us are good.
I know, isn't that interesting? How that happens?
Yeah,
Or is it that I have a clever conceit that I've developed on my own that would? But no, I don't.
A 7% solution. So here,
Firearms handgun is
what I
gonna
have
be
is
perfectly acceptable.
observe. I have a 25 skill, correct? And then the 12 and the 5. Explain to us how the 25, 12, 5 works.
Well, because it's more
You
balling.
want to take it or do you want me to jump?
Say it.
For that question, are you taking that or did you want me to answer?
Or would you, as the
three
actual
different
expert at the table?
So the first number is going to be like your base skill. So you're rolling
Yes.
a 25 or under.
Yes.
If you hit a 50%, which is where that 12 comes in,
Yes.
that's going to be a hard success. Things
Okay.
get a little bit sexier. If you hit the, what is that, 1/5, 20%
Yeah.
down there, that's going to be an extreme success.
Okie dokie. So
Yeah.
this is what I got to do.
That's like your critical type situation in another game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I do, we have to resolve each one individually, or I can roll 2 and see if I get them?
Yeah, you're just firing to shoot the weird pigment thing in the face?
the creepy
Yep, you're
guys.
just going to fire, yep.
And, okay, so. 24.
Oh, it's under.
4 out of
Okay.
25.
All right.
It is under, and that is not a high number.
No, it's not a high number.
Not a high number.
Okay, now we're talking. All right, here. So
So-
this is happening. You are the instrument of divine justice. I am. My hand is down. I'm like shh, shh, shh.
My damage is 1d6. So I don't know if I have to do, I don't, this hits, correct?
Yeah,
Automatic
you
hit.
can't
Oh no, that
dodge.
hits.
So
Yeah.
here we go.
D6.
Boop. That's a 2.
Well, that's
That's
a
2
number.
points. I myself only have 9 points of damage,
Well,
of hit points. available.
these eldritch wicked creatures. I mean, one never knows.
One never
but
knows.
it's more than none, which we'll take.
Yeah, you hit it like close to center mass.
Okay.
Maybe in what may be a shoulder.
Yeah, the
But,
shoulder space.
this is it like a 22?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Shall I read the whole thing? No.
What is the mass of the bullet? I need to know.
Well, I'll make something up.
You can see when it strikes it here, and unlike a person, the impact moves it way more than
Yeah.
you would think.
Yeah.
It's like
Really?
like that small of a bullet has a lot of stopping power on it.
It's like a flour sack.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a here he is.
Yeah.
On screen.
Where?
Are we able to see it? Oh no, there's the Q one. That is the correct image that is being fed to my
We're about
mind.
that
to see
looks
what
really-
I just hit.
It looks really scary, you guys.
I can't wait. Oh no. I got him.
It's the exorcist.
Exorcist.
An execuy
That is
is
gorgeous art.
funeral rites. This would be one who performs
Ah.
funeral.
Well, I hate that.
You don't like it. So this thing takes that hit and it staggers to the ground, and
Oh.
with difficulty, it's trying to kneel so that it can right itself.
Yeah.
But it's having a lot of trouble. The other one turns, it breaks off this charge
Yeah.
and goes over to,
Help it?
go down and examine
Oh.
this fallen one.
At this point, I can't believe my luck, and holding the smoking gun, I'm going to try to just push us in the direction of a car.
Yeah, as you're making this this motion, you hear the screams of Rutherford, not in pain but in terror.
Yeah.
He's making his way back to the vehicle.
The only
He was here
challenge.
too.
Oh, right. the grieving one.
The only challenge is like getting to the car before he drives away.
True.
So this is my first thought. Do we come here? Do we meet him here?
You would have met him here, so there would have been a separate
Okay.
vehicle.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is great news, everybody.
No.
We're not getting left.
I was able to make up a universe where things went okay in
Yeah.
a very small way.
He gets into his car, pulls up alongside your car, reaches over to your steering wheel, and takes both cars.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Rutherford,
The disrespect.
come on. That hurts.
Just the mania.
No, it's because I
you know,
said.
you hear about like mothers being able to lift a vehicle to
Yeah.
save the child. The adrenaline he must have had.
To drive two cars
drive two
simultaneously.
Lean out a window. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. The human body. No, he can barely get the keys in the lock, and it just peels out in his car.
Perfect. Well, we are going to take his lead in this matter and get in the car and do exactly that.
She's babbling. Did you see it? They were answering the call of the one in the grave, and it came and it stopped. It stopped to help the other one. It's sentient. And she's just trying to reconcile what's happening by just going into the pure behavior of this creature.
Yeah. But it's really, it's unpleasant. Like, that's kind behavior. In any other context, it's something you would like to see. But I don't like it when they do it.
That's a mockery of my care.
Yeah, I see.
Humans are the monsters.
Yeah, exactly. I see. Do you have a good explanation for that, Thurston Carter?
No. And where are we going? Because I don't want to go back. There's one at the funeral home. still.
Wait a minute, who's driving?
I'm driving.
You're driving. Okay, thank God.
Yeah, where are we going next?
Home.
Okay.
Are we following? I thought we were following
go sleep.
Rutherford.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it would
We
be
gotta
probably,
get him, to his destination.
No, because
correct?
we still need to get paid. So we
How
gotta
bad, how bad do we need to get paid?
bad, really
I'm
bad.
willing to let this one go.
I'm into some bad people. Daddy needs money like soon.
I like to imagine that this conversation is occurring in a stopped
Yeah.
vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
No, for sure.
And then the two are just standing outside of the vehicle.
No, and then I rolled the window down. Yes.
It's like waiting for you to be done.
Yeah. Can I help you? No, we leave.
Yeah, okay.
We
so-
leave, and I'm gonna follow Rutherford because
Yeah.
also I guess I don't trust him not to wreck his car on the way home. Frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is driving very erratically. I mean, you can tell where he is because it's not the most efficient driving.
Did you say radically?
He's radically
Yeah, that's what I
driving.
heard too. He's driving radically.
Like, holy shit, look at this guy.
He's driving like on a half pipe.
He is a
Yeah.
golden retriever wearing a backwards hat
Yeah.
and sunglasses.
Yeah, you know,
T-Rex.
like the guardrail, he's grinding it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, sideways?
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Can't flip this car.
We hear spectral electric guitar and a synth.
Yeah, he picks up the S, K, A, T, and E. And,
Wow!
Call of Cthulhu. It's a horror game.
yeah, it doesn't seem that scary this time. So yeah, you can easily track him because it's so erratic. He doesn't seem to know where he's going either. He's headed to like the town square, the center of town. It's late enough at night now where the first beams of sunrise are starting to become visible on the horizon. You follow the vehicle, and your assumption at this point is that he's going to go to the police department. He's going to go to the police station. He's not going home. Thoughts? You're just, I mean, you're following until he's parking the car.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you going to try and catch up with him, or are you just a...
But I just want to make sure that, I wanted to just make sure that he reaches some kind of equilibrium before we...
Now I want to catch him because I don't want to get the cops involved. So now I'm on board. Let's get him.
Hey, listen.
You were right the whole time.
Listen, officer. I was out there digging up bodies with my friend, and one of them turned out to be a monster.
Apparently,
so.
like at 4 a.m., we were in that graveyard.
Yeah.
It's a really late funeral we just left. So like, I want to get him before he's. I don't want. If the intention's that he's, but that's what we think.
Yeah.
Then
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, at this point, like
yoink him out of his car.
At this point, like he parks roughly, like he just leaves it, like up on a sidewalk, and he slams it, and he's staggering over to the police station.
Yeah, I think
we gotta grab him. Yeah.
we gotta catch him.
Okay, scoop him up.
Yeah.
He's wild-eyed. He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? We need guns."
What are you doing?
I'm going where the guns are.
Say, I got a gun.
No, that's not what's going to happen. Rutherford, that's not what's going to happen if you go in there. They're not just going to say, "Oh, wow, thanks, crazy guy. Let's go do whatever you say with our guns." That's not how this ends for you. The way that this ends for you is they lock you up for a really long time. A really long time. First in here, and then in a hospital, where you will be so full of drugs, you will not know your name anymore. And you're not going to get what you deserve. You're not going to get what your family should have given you. Do you understand me? We're the only ones that believe you. If you go in here, what you're going to find is a lot of stern faces. And they're going to close a door behind you. And you're going to wake up in 40 years. Just in time for your own funeral.
I feel like my dad is yelling at me right now. Like I'm not the keeper anymore. It's like, yes, sir.
Cross table bump. You role play the shit out of that.
Holy shit. Jesus.
He thinks better of it now that you've said all this, and he's just, what do we do? What do we do? How many more could there be? What if there's a graveyard full of them?
On the mention of family, I do think back to the funeral, and I say like, did no one else in that room seem to react to that casket like we did, like the five of us?
I agree. No one appeared to be affected, even a little. Not at all. They were all just sort of milling around. Were any of those relatives of yours, or simple acquaintances?
No, acquaintances at best. Like they're just business, associates of my great grandfather. That's all.
Were you the only family member there? Were you his only family in that room? At the funeral?
I was the only family member who thought he should have been in the will.
What were the contents of this will as it was read?
He reaches in his pockets for a moment. He says, "I have a photostatic copy of it," and he produces it. And the will, you skip ahead. It says that all of the monies and all of the holdings are being given to in totality to a group called the Elysium Group.
The Elysium Group.
Elysium Group.
I see. Now, if I may, is this a business, perhaps, that,
I have not heard of it until the reading.
Okay. Until this current reading.
Yeah,
until just this moment?
I never read.
But
I never read wills.
Were there any representatives at the reading of the will from the Elysium Group?
No.
Well, then how, perhaps, one might ask, is the executor going to enact this if there were no representatives?
He knows them, and he won't give me anything.
Well, who
on
is
them.
he, please?
The name of the executor?
Yes, please.
His name is Cal Hazard.
Shall we perhaps be introduced?
Hold on. Can you say that one again?
Cal Hazard?
You feel me?
I'm with you, baby. I'm totally here. As a manifestation of just these massive sanity losses that she's been taking, while this conversation is happening, she's shaking and she's chewing on the inside of her nail. Once she starts drawing blood from the first cuticle being ripped out, she's moving to the second one, and she's moving to the third. When was that will signed?
Oh, when was it signed?
I mean, that should be in there too.
Yeah, I mean, before he died. One would assume.
Like a
How
day
convenient.
before, a week before, 2 years ago? How long has he been affiliated with this Elysium
no, the
group?
date would have been like maybe 2 weeks before.
Perfect. Okay.
Not long, not long.
So you have cracked the spine of this thing, basically.
Perhaps just one more thing, if I might. Is there not a listed address? In legal documents, generally there is. You see, you would say, I, so-and-so of this such and such place.
There's a P.O. box.
Oh,
But they might have some in
how
town.
quaint. Is it in this area, or do we have to go into the city?
No, it's here. It's here.
Then I suppose we have an appointment, don't we, Mr. Dran?
Oh, cute. Yeah, that's a great. Now, what does the transition look like from that scene to the post office?
Is it a ripple effect?
No, the transition. I'm good at these. The transition is you pushing in, the camera pushing in on your face. Like, I suppose then we have an appointment, and then as the scene starts to fade, it's a match cut, and you open your mouth wide, and then it's a mailbox open, and then mail goes in and close.
You fucking dork.
And it's so crisp.
It's so crisp that, like, yeah, it's weird because it, like, flies out of my mouth a little bit, and then a little bit more goes in.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
No. It's expertly done.
I was thinking like a line on a map or something. You know.
The line would be like
doing this mouth stuff.
Mouth stuff. I'm
like
sorry,
we're town.
but it's Cthulhu.
30 steps.
If mouths aren't involved,
Yeah.
is it really
Is it really
Eldritch
called
horror?
Yeah.
It's not horror.
Exactly right. Now.
What is a mailbox?
So the PO box is definitely going to be the next place to look, I think. But now that we have Cal Hazard
Excuse me.
and the
Cal Hazard.
Cal Hazard and the Elysian group, I mean, once we get done with this post office, these are things that we can materially examine and check out.
Is there anyone we know that could get us in?
To the post office.
Fernando.
Fernando Fern, what was that last name?
Fern grab.
Fernando Ferngrab.
He's a fern
I know him from
salesman
playing business.
who works for the post office.
No, the Frond Prince
The front prince.
of Helgramite.
We go way back, he and I.
Is everybody like where this conversation is outside the police
No,
station?
exactly.
But,
Like
you've
we have,
gone.
and it's like as we're talking, because once he's stopped sort of his momentum moving in, as we're talking, the arm is around. It's like fine. We're just whoo, whoo, whoo. We're walking back to the car. It's like you follow me in your car. We're gonna go to this post office.
Yeah. Do you think it's like the police see you and they're not interested in this? Yeah. By now, like enough time has passed in this short interval that now it's actually sunrise.
Oh, wow.
And you hear like signs going from closed to open on doors of certain businesses in town. And now that you're looking around, you do see a figure. You know, there are people who are walking to and fro.
Yeah.
But one, now you realize, has not been moving and has been observing you from the street corner. And he begins to approach. He says,
I intersperse myself slightly between Rutherford and this man.
yeah, Rutherford has also taken a step backward.
Perfect. That's great. I'll just stand where he was standing before.
He says, what's the point of all this?
Can you be more specific?
shoot my friend. You come here to the police, I suppose, looking for help. What's the point of this?
I beg your pardon. I don't believe we've been introduced. Who are you?
I was Elijah. I was called Elijah.
What are you called now?
I suppose it doesn't matter. You may still call me that if you wish.
All right, I will.
Maybe I will. How about that? He
hate
doesn't like that. And Rutherford is now he's as panicked as when he first saw the body because this is very cryptic.
Oh, this is quite
He hates
cryptic,
it.
yeah.
And he says, there won't be very many of you left. Who would you go to?
Elijah, who do you go to?
Oh, I've already been to him. You see.
Would that be this Mr. Hazard?
No. He wishes. He wishes. He is a tool, much like I am, much like we all will be.
I get in Rutherford's ear because I'm behind him. And I'm just like, do you know this guy?
No, I do not.
Elijah, I'm terribly sorry for the misunderstanding with your friend. What was his name? Or is his name? I hope he's recovered.
He's gone to be with our leader, our Lord.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. He's fine.
I'm so glad.
I'm there with him too.
Oh, might you take us to see him?
Wait, what?
Excuse me a
Hard
moment.
pause. I'm so sorry. Wait a second. What? I'm so sorry. What?
Just a moment, please. Wouldn't it be quite... I'm bringing you over the side.
Then she's starting to work on another nail.
Would it
Yes,
not be
they'll be
Darling,
done in a sec.
Darling, don't ruin your
Don't worry
makeup.
about it.
No.
Anyway, I'm Omandron. I don't know if you have any research needs, anything like that. I'm always looking for. I've always got a hot angle. You guys back?
I'm holding her hand. I'm like, darling, you're going to ruin your manicure.
I don't know. When I get
enough
stressed,
of this.
I know.
Enough of this. No, but let me just say, if we speak to him, perhaps he'll introduce us to other people.
I hate that I'm about to ask this question, and Sadie hates that she's asking this question. Is Elijah breathing?
No.
Okay.
No, he is not.
He's not breathing. I don't want to meet the people that he hangs out with that also don't draw breath. I enjoy drawing breath, and apparently my cuticles. He's not breathing.
You see, when we take one of you, when we take any of you, it can be very sudden. It can be very sudden. And some of your matters here may not be finished. And that's disruptive. It's not useful. It's not useful to him.
Who is he? What's his name? What's your master's name?
You know him. You're a part of him.
He's Thurston Carter?
A fragment, an infinitesimal fragment is. He, and as he's describing this to you, you can see his appearance now, that of a well-dressed man, is now shifting to one of the figures that you saw chasing after you in the graveyard.
But right here in the middle of the fucking street?
Yeah. And
Does anyone
And is he turning heads?
I was going to say, when I look around, does anyone
Holy
notice?
cow.
nobody's doing anything. He says.
Where is he talking from in his actual shape?
You can't tell. The sound, when he shifts form and you can see this new shape, there is no discernible mouth, but the sound is still coming from the same place, as far as you can tell. And you can see these wispy, like almost spiderweb-like filaments that are extending from the top of whatever this thing's head is.
Are they going out to some place?
They're going out and they're flying off, and they are
Like a
occasionally
spider.
like a spider web, yeah. And they're occasionally like a little fraction of one will float away, and he says to you, Mr. John, the unclarified mind is so ready to accept a lie. You would think that it would be more difficult to present these forms to former family, loved ones, but they are in fact the easiest to fool because they want to believe already. They already want to believe. It's a simple matter. And he gestures to, this is another image prompt. He gestures to the main street, now reasonably lit.
Oh, wow.
And you can see that
The town's full of them?
the town is full of them. People now that you are examining, figures that used to be, a couple, or a banker or an officer. Some change to reveal this state. A young boy is holding on to a part of one of them that may appear to him as his mother as they walk down the street. Elijah says to you, Mr. John, you're no exception. Do you think at this point I would bother to come tell you this if there was anything you could do about it?
No, I don't think you would.
You glance down at your own body. No arms. Strange, unfinished limbs. Digitigrade legs that are not your own, not aligned. There is a sensation for each of you at this point of being pressed flat and then through a wall of green flame.
Hey.
Very tasteful.
Oh, hey.
They did it. And now it all comes back to you, at least, Omen, that you are here in the domain, in the city on the hill, where we left your character last time. Each of you, in fact, has been taken by this god that devours intelligence and uses intelligence as extensions of its own mind. Its goal is to be able to think more thoughts. To what purpose? We can't say. The mind is so large. None of you currently have bodies to move with, and you are aware of fragments of unknowable thoughts being moved through your consciousness as if you were
Almost like pipes, like
you were like being subcontracted, sublet for
our
this organism.
Oh, God, that's
Yes.
a horrible description. Wow.
And there's
That's
no
brutal.
resistance.
There is no resistance. You currently you have very little sensory information.
with these bodies.
With these bodies are you in particular, Omen, have a unique facility in that because you've been here the longest, that you understand that these marionettes, these puppets out there in the real world are just it's like telecommunication. You are stored here. You exist here, but you are allowed to go about your day-to-day in one of these modules, these
We
flesh
just
things.
borrow them.
You borrow them, and they're constructed the same way that that any of these were. The Threnodite, for example, any of these creatures that it builds out of material it can't use.
They're made from what, like psychic, like cellulose, like undigestible?
Anything, it's not, yeah, any of these organs are not of use to it. It just wants the thought structures. It just wants to absorb
So
that.
everything else has like been pushed through a wind tunnel. Everything else it's just optimized to hold this, to function as a brain.
That's right.
Of those of us who are the more sane, is there any knowledge of what's going on?
Because you are now in this sort of shared thought space, you are also able to comprehend this. I don't know that I don't know if I have enough D6s to roll. We can try, we can see how long you last.
I want to reach out and try to beg Omen for something. Because if he's the only one, can I tell that he's got any sort of special acuity or awareness? Because I'm part of this mind now, aren't I?
I think there would be like all of this is like you're familiar with the term qualia?
Yeah.
The idea of just like the memory of a sensation or a concept.
I want to give his entity, whatever he can, I want to give him a phantom pain of who I was. With the last of my sanity, I want to give him a phantom pain, and I want it to feel like he is missing the center of himself. Whenever he is on the surface, I'm trying to curse him. I'm trying to use my sanity to rend him in the meat space.
To rend Omen?
Yes. I want him to feel as though he's being rent. I want to give him a permanent stomachache.
Omen, how do you feel about this?
My stomach hurts.
My tummy.
My tummy.
I have no idea how to determine that.
You can make me roll something, and we'll say
You can,
it works.
wad up your psychic energy into a fist.
Yeah.
And attempt that. But Omen at this moment is not. He's also here. He's not on Earth at the moment. He's not in that physical space anymore.
What if I roll against my sanity score? It's 80.
It's 80?
Yeah.
Right now it's 80. It started at 90.
Yeah.
I want to give up my sanity in exchange for making him always uncomfortable.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
You have to come in under 80.
I have to come in under 80. Motherfucker. This is gonna suck shit. All right. 56.
It's a pretty bad stomachache, I guess. When you have a stomach again, maybe you'll feel it.
But I can feel this, and I have some sense of it that I know where it's coming from, right?
Yeah, there's a sense of hate. And there is a vector to it. Someone you remembered once, maybe Ruby, something started with that sound. These things are meaningless here. You're feeling, each of you is feeling these insane concepts that have no meaning, no structure to you, but your mind is being used
And
to
it's all partial,
turn the
right?
crank on these calculations. It's all partial. Even if you had the full shape of it, you might not understand it. Unless you had the mind of this god, you would not understand it.
So we're all like the little VX cards that are in a Bitcoin farm.
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's essentially what we are. We're like on a ethereal elder god level.
Ethereum.
So I'm
Elder
like,
God.
Ethereum. Yeah.
No,
So I get to mine it. I'm a good little processor.
It's Elysium coin.
Yeah.
Elysium.
I mean, can we fight that? How do you, I succumb. I say,
Thanks.
I'm here. I'm in.
There's this sense of what comes back to you from that is like a sense of relief. It's almost like if you could form words, they would be like a wish granted, and you are obliterated.
Oh.
Congrats!
That's a wrap for Ryan, everybody. Great job.
Say it was so easy.
Omen, different different thoughts are being pushed through you now. And
Tell me more.
the sense you get is one of worry,
Fear?
of discord. There's something about why were you able to see?
Oh, why was I able to see it? Yeah, I mean, I guess I spent more time here. I want to push something back. Now that there's this gnawing emptiness in here, I want to try to push something back through that conduit of this hatred. And what I want to say is that we're all we have in here. You can try to hurt me, but I'm the only thing that even approximates an ally here, as much as you might hate it. And I think that we actually need art. We need a concept, a human concept, that we can do and create and manifest here that makes us indigestible to this. We can't save all of these people. Not from in here, not as these. But if we can create a thought, a work that is so disgusting, and I'm reaching this out now to every friendly mind that I can seek out and find.
Oh yeah, there are others you are aware of, and they are in torment. Some in better shape than others.
We need to become indigestible to this thing. We need to make our minds a poison for it. It's not going to save the world, but it might save us, and then we can save the world. That's all I got.
You hear a verse say, "Why couldn't you said that 5 minutes ago?"
Gee,
Where were you 5 minutes ago?
Hey!
Your speech was late.
There is an echo of Thurston here, as there's an echo of a lot of.
You've just
it's still
dispersed
fresh.
then. You're like 4 or 5 people because if you... You're dispersed in...
Yeah.
Dispersed in Carter,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Sadie,
Is that something that she can feel?
Yes.
Sadie.
She is catching that?
Not only do you feel that, but there is a sense in this space of, you would describe it almost as like a relief, and the name Claudine comes back to you, a name that you remember from somewhere, and she is here, and she, in the same way that concept resonated with you, it also resonates with her, and you feel that
Notes.
you feel that presence again. That's such a familiar presence to you, and it is a comfort in this impossible place.
So in this fractured, impossible place of reality, I think what she wants to do is to reach out to that Claudine figure that means something to her and enter in like a theoretical closet, the same closet she used to lock her sister in when she was screaming her head off as a kid. And if that thought is coming from her previous employer, do something that's humane, link us back to the real world, I think she's gonna grab the elements of Claudine's hands and start singing Amazing Grace. And it's just gonna be very mellow, it's very broken, it's very sorrowful because she is on the edge of her sanity as it is. And if that's the only thing that she can hold on to, is like something that grounds us.
Well, just fill the channel.
Fill the channel with something human, something that's repulsive to this creature, she's gonna go directly back to the thing that gave her the most comfort as a child, which is singing Amazing Grace in church.
If we can keep ourselves from being useful nodes of this thing, we may just get excised.
If we subtract what I rolled from the sanity, I have 24 left.
Okay.
So if there's any remnant of me, I've already, my rage is gone. I put that into his tummy.
I feel much better now.
That's valid.
Yes,
Yeah.
I feel much better now. I am off my shit, but I like a music. I like a little music.
Yeah, you can't sing, but you can remember having sung it.
Yeah.
And it's almost as good. the memory is almost as good as actually singing it. And there's a sense of a communal nature, of community, of coming together. And Omen, you also get that sense as well in this space. And then Omen, you get another impulse of hate, not from Ruby. You get it from above, and it is like a lance.
Me.
Yeah, the new god. No, it is like an ice pick.
It just hurts.
Yeah, and it's not physical hurt. It is like rejection. It is like an assessment and a disappointment that this is going to be a problem.
As long as you keep us in here, it's going to keep being like this until it gets worse.
The ice pick sensation stops, and the memory of the music continues. And there is, again, this sense, this concept, this qualia unit of wish granted. And then for the three of you, the sensation of being pressed flat and then through a wall of green flame. Green flame! And the familiar sense of corporeality, of a bodily nature, has returned to the three of you, but not as you. It doesn't feel right because there are no arms to touch with, and there are only two legs that are on wrong, and there's no head, and you are, all three of you, inhabiting this same marionette. You all inhabit one of these execusts, and you are standing in this town center, and you can see around you people and other marionettes going about their business until a child looks in your direction and points and screams, and all the heads turn, and people stagger back, and people begin to look for anything to take up and destroy this abomination in front of them. Thank you for coming.
You didn't even need the sock.
Huh?
You didn't even need the sock.
No, I know.
Didn't you? Thanks all kindly. What a delight. I do have some announcements.
Oh, do you? Ho ho.
Yes. I was handed this moments ago. Thank you to Level Up Dice for their continued support of Acquisitions Incorporated. Thank you very kindly. They are here tonight. They're in the Expo Hall for the whole weekend. You can find them at booth TT210 for the best dice to ever dent your table. This is a delicious announcement. A big chthonic thanks to Chaosium Incorporated, creators of Call of Cthulhu. If you enjoyed our game tonight, we hope you won't touch that dial for a monstrously special announcement. The horrors of the Cthulhu mythos are coming to Jane Austen's England in Regency Cthulhu. Available worldwide October 27th.
Yes.
You'll enjoy learning new rules, skills, and occupations for recreating Regency-era investigators. Explore new scenarios to introduce players to this world of means and manners. And of course, this is the Regency era, so there'll be new rules for character reputation and estates, as well as
Pride and
period-accurate
Prejudice.
equipment and weapons. So if you've been looking for something to spice up your next soiree, tea party, or season opening ball, look no further than Regency Cthulhu. Thank you all.
Mr.
Good night.
Darby.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you to these lovely players. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That
Okay.
All right.